Folks, beautiful day here on this Monday and a big week ahead. We've got the Panthers this weekend. It looks like we'll be facing our old friend Andy Dalton. Sabres back in action tonight after a huge weekend. Somehow UB won, and we've got Buffalo origin story Cam in the studio. Let's go.
We all need a place where we can be ourselves, somewhere you can leave all your worries on the shelf, and whether you win or lose, you can count on me, and I can count on you. The train never stops. This train never stops. The train never stops. This train never stops. The train never stops. This train never stops. The train never stops. You know the train never stops.
Folks, welcome in. It is not Trainwreck today. It's basically Trainwreck tonight, but welcome in. We hope you are enjoying the end of what was hopefully an easy start to the week. It is Monday. It is Trainwreck today, technically, episode 20. We got Slick L joined in the saddle by Cam of Buffalo Origin Story. Make some noise.
Let's give it up for
Go Bills! And he's drinking, and that means something to us, folks, emotionally. Speaking of emotionally, Dreamboat Don, we've had quite a day here on this Monday.
Oh yeah, it's been a busy day in the Trainwreck world, in the content world. Excited for the future to come out, but it was a busy weekend as well. Let's recap this our prediction with conviction before we get into the rest of it. So if you were tailing Slick this weekend, folks,
No bueno.
I got some bad news for you. I got
some bad news.
So, but we escaped Louisville outright.
I'm making it,
dog.
I don't want to brag too much. I'm going to keep it short and simple. I am making it look easy on Friday nights. That's all I'm going to say.
Is that your third double-digit outright dog?
Yes. I own Friday nights. They call me the
Crazy.
Friday night special.
Crazy. Slick, I thought they were going to backdoor, but just couldn't hold on in the fourth. Ole Miss tried their best to bury me. They really did. If not for a failed two-point conversion, I'd be sitting next to you, Slick. But this weekend in Charlotte is going to be Slick. He's going to be wearing the blindfold, as you can see from our graphic.
We came to that conclusion
boxing.
that I'm doing
Yeah,
that.
you're definitely bird boxing. And what's more, that's exactly why we got Cam in here. Someone needs to hold you accountable. You're behind a whole punishment.
We've been
You're not
planning a
making any-
production.
And what have you planned on that front?
Well, see, like that's not
Exactly.
my job.
Enough said.
It's not my job. I do the
So we
punishment.
are going to make
That's
sure
my job.
Slick still has to go and listen to the same song for an hour straight.
We got
And then he has to go down to Carolina, and he is not allowed to watch the first quarter of the game he's going to be at.
Isn't that?
Oh
fucked up?
my, that would be horrible.
Yeah, he's gonna-
I would have a panic attack.
And so he's going to be in an away stadium
Yeah.
with a lot of Bills fans. So he's really not going to know what's happening on any given play.
That was probably going to be the case, blindfolded or not. But yeah, now we're just getting rid of all assurances.
So where are you gonna go
Well, I'm going to be in our seats.
with a blindfold on?
Yeah,
Don't make him do that.
that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
dude.
No,
That was
man,
the
I'm not holding him
punishment.
accountable
We
for
all
that at
agreed to
all.
this. We all agreed.
Nobody
You
would.
didn't
I
have
don't know.
second
That's
thoughts on the
insane.
away game concept.
It's a great.
Because like we're
Punishment.
this is like a train wreck trip down south.
We're going to be sitting with you. We're
This
going
is
to be
my
taking
only
care of you.
time in the stadium.
Listen,
You're
I'm going to
depriving
be
me
lifting
of
the beer
corner.
up to your lips, dabbing your
Okay.
cheeks if you get a little dribble. We'll take care of you,
All right, I need like play-by-play analysis. too.
We'll give you that.
Oh, we're going to keep you nice and up to date. I mean, he's looking great. I think he's going to be looking great like that in section 503 or wherever we're sitting. with the game day crew. But I feel like we have a lot to get into before we get into this Sunday in Carolina. We obviously got the prediction with conviction. We're fortunate to have Cam from Buffalo Origin Story. If you don't follow, go to Instagram right now. Make sure you're following Buffalo Origin Story. Same thing on Twitter, YouTube, all the shebang, because Cam is making it happen, whether it's Buffalo humor, great takes on the current events of all the Buffalo teams. Cam, I want your thoughts on what you saw this weekend and specifically this Sunday from Buffalo faithful. They were not exactly having the greatest Sunday yesterday.
This Sunday, the bye week Sunday?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was just horrible. I mean, we lost every game we wanted to
Every
win.
decision we wanted to go one way, it seemed to go the other way. I mean, the Jets and Dolphins, sure, they lost. We don't really care about them. They're so pathetic. They're completely off our radar. Instead, you got the Patriots dominating a pretty pathetic Titans team, and Rabel's return there. And then, unfortunately, perhaps the worst thing of all, the Chiefs freed 4. The Chiefs freed 4. And then they should go and shut out the Raiders.
Not a great look after. I was just thinking about that T-shirt Kelsey was wearing that entire time after he scored that first touchdown. And hate to see it. I know we were all hoping for a dogfight there, but yeah, big old donut for the Raiders, Don.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. Once they got up 14-0, you knew how the game was going to go. I don't know how much can change in a couple weeks. Looked like Kansas City might even miss the playoffs. Who knows? 2 weeks ago, Bills atop the AFC, and now we're sitting, behind New England.
That's why I don't blame Bills fans. Are kind of losing their brain right now. 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, we were sitting pretty. I don't want to overstate this. I think we were plus 350 to win the Super Bowl. Now the Chiefs have leapfrogged us. They're now the favorite, and the Bills are a bit closer to 7-1. So we lost. But that's what happens. You lose 2 weeks. I mean, you look at the last month. UB and the Sabres have more wins than the Buffalo Bills do. But it's great weekend to get off the schneid. And if we're going to get off the schneid this weekend, we'll have to do so in Carolina. Again, we'll get to that in a bit. But around the rest of the NFL, Cam, did you take an NFL Sunday? I know you're a family guy.
A little bit here and there, yeah.
Did you see anything that stuck out to you besides the obvious results?
I mean, it's just the Chiefs game was miserable right from the beginning.
Yeah.
It didn't look like the Raiders stood a chance in that game. The Denver comeback was incredible. I've never seen
unbelievable.
I haven't seen anything like that in a long time.
And the back and forth at the end after the comeback to come all the way back. Then Jackson Dart goes down again. Yeah. Then they go down. Incredible TV for sure.
That was great.
By the way, I think we are witnessing the most exciting year in the NFL so far in history. I think they said 29 games so far have been decided with a score in the final 2 minutes. So just an unbelievably cinematic season where it feels that way. There's been a lot of crazy endings.
Yeah, it's confusing. I mean, I don't even know who's good, who's bad. Like, who's the top team right now? I mean, the Colts? Is that
it does
real?
all add up to a lot of confusion. No solidified great team. But yeah, speaking of the Bills being 350, Kansas City jumping them, where's the respect for this is our Colts? This is our team.
They bleed blue. Yeah, I mean, with a massive, not just a win, a
domination,
stomping in LA yesterday. And that was a spot, I think the books had it at LA -1, LA -2.
Yeah,
so everybody instead, and that was they went in there and they were down. That was kind of like the Bills at Detroit last year. They went up very early and then they kind of just coasted the rest of the way, even when it got close.
Yeah, I mean, LA did everything they could to come back, but they really had no answers for that Colts offense. First, full Colts game. I mean, I was watching Red Zone, so I can't say full.
That's the best
Colts
way to do it. Yeah.
But first, most action I've watched out of the Colts through a full game all season, and man, they're legit. I wasn't kidding when I said the disrespect's a little real on that AFC Championship odds race. I know. Do you feel the same way about those Colts, Don?
I mean, I in the beginning I wanted to deny it, but they look great. And shout out DJ Daniel Jones. I mean, making a strong case for comeback player of the year. I just realized I want to check the odds. The odds for this are pretty wild how tight they are. You have Dak at even money, Christian McCaffrey at almost even money, closer to 2-1. And then Daniel Jones is actually 4.5 to 1. Kind of surprised by that. I think with the career he's had. I mean, we always knew Dak was good, right? He had the injury. Yes. Daniel Jones, I mean, his career might have been over if not for this Colts thing. It's revived this whole.
It was not long ago that Daniel Jones versus Anthony Richardson was a laughing stock of a training camp storyline. Yes. Who's going to win this heavyweight battle? Well, you know what? Egg on everyone else's face, because bottom line, like the Colts right now, I will say this, Cam, and I want your thoughts on this. They're at their 2011 Buffalo Bills precipice. They've had this strong start.
Yeah.
They clearly have a good team.
Yes. But
can they keep this going? Like no one still gives them credit. No one thinks that there's any ability. No one thinks for any odds that the Colts are going to be the ones in the AFC or, go representing the AFC in the Super Bowl.
That's because of the way they're built. So they're not built with a quarterback. And sort like you look at the last 10 Super Bowls, it's always a great quarterback. Now teams are becoming more complete. That offense runs through Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
So
punishing.
They're scary to a team like us. We cannot stop the run. That's scary to a team like us. Will it go all the way? I don't think so, and I think that's why people dog them, because they just don't have Mahomes, Allen.
There's something about having been there before for sure. So like I wouldn't be surprised. Like if I'm sure they have better odds than the Ravens, but the Ravens weren't far off on odds either. Like a week or two ago.
Colts kind of have a rough schedule too.
Aren't they at Kansas City next weekend?
They are.
They're at Kansas City at the end of November, the 23rd.
Oh, why did I get that?
Really, they are?
Yeah. Well, at some point this year, yeah.
KC goes. I think Bills Colts, right?
Wow.
I think Casey's
after us. That makes more sense that I was caught up on that. I was already thinking ahead to the Chiefs, which we can't do because, by the way, those Meow Mix boys.
Yeah, we'll see about them. Again, there's a lot in Carolina. One more thing before we kind of zero out of the rest of the NFL. Drake May. Where are you at on this guy right now? Do you completely fear him? Is it a potential fear? Is he over his Mac Jones 2021 hump? Where are you on him right now?
I would say that I am not as scared of him as most people seem to be. I think he's an easy guy to hype up, and everybody has bought in right away. I think during that Bills-Patriots game, he made some great plays, don't get me wrong, but throughout that whole thing, I was never like, this guy's scary, this guy's unstoppable. Like, sometimes the way I feel about Mahomes when he's on, or Jackson when he's on, is he up and coming? For sure. I mean, some of those plays he's making are just like that young buck style play that you can only make when you're 24 or whatever he is, but he's got a long ways to go. So I mean, in a playoff game, I just don't see us losing to them. That's how I feel. I
said when I watched him play here, when we were here the next day after the Sunday game, I go, that was a lot of 2019 Josh Allen. He was making just enough plays to win. He wasn't like blowing your socks off, but he was literally making enough plays to win.
And that plays into it too, because he was also taking a lot of risks that would allow him to make and convert on those big plays, where we were within grasping distance of him a lot of those times, and he just stepped up and made a play whilst taking a risk to do so. But stepped out and showed out.
I think Drake May is getting far too much credit. I agree. Mike Vrabel made Ryan Tannehill look like an MVP quarterback.
Well, that was AJ Brown too. AJ Brown. So right now, pause the conversation. Is Mike Vrabel a top 10 coach in the NFL?
Yeah, easy.
So I say, so that worries me. A top 10 NFL coach is a capable individual.
Yeah.
When you know Drake May making plays, I think that's a scary spot for the Bills to be in.
Let's be honest. I mean, there was a moment where Spencer Rattler was looking good against this Bills defense. This is I am not selling my house on the Drake May train. I think their schedule is pretty cupcake. And I think it's only going to get worse because the rest of their schedule is pretty cupcake. I don't think
they have a crazy cupcake schedule.
Yeah, it's insane, actually. I get pissed.
But I can see them losing to the Browns. They're going to face a hungry Jets team. I know they suck. They're going to face a hungry Jets team. I'm just saying those matchups are not going to be as cupcake as they look. But right now, I think their next 5 to 6 opponents maybe have a combined 10 wins right now.
Like I'm saying,
it's definitely a very smooth sailing for those Patriots. So we'll have to see what the Bills have going on this week. Let's go back around the world of sports, and then let's circle back to the Bills this upcoming weekend. All right, and we were talking about college football before. You say you're not a college football guy. What about baseball?
Baseball, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so you saw the Ohtani performance.
Yes,
thoughts as a fan?
Incredible. I mean, what can you say? I mean, once in a lifetime.
Like greatest performance of all time? It has to be, right?
It has to be.
6+ scoreless innings and 3 bombs.
I've never seen anything like that.
Playoff game?
I mean,
individually, absolutely.
Baseball is like very romanticized. It's all about like the legends. And if you're new, like people just don't talk about you like you're a Hall of Famer until time has passed. But what can you say? I mean, it's just incredible.
We're all witnessing greatness.
Besides, you had like Trout when he was playing. You have Harper.
Right.
But those guys, their eras have kind of gone. Like they're on the backside of their careers now. Otani's the guy. I mean, Otani, you're watching a real live legend, like you said, a Hall of Famer, and that's very special for sure.
And Harper and Trout were doing shit like this.
Yeah, hold on.
Well, on one side of the ball,
Harper had like 50, like they both had 50 bombs in their years.
No doubt.
Otani,
they're not going and throwing 5 Ks. As
never.
Yeah,
Well, that's why nobody on history has done that.
That's
Like,
not even
like,
close.
when you used to hear about Babe Ruth pitching, that sounded insane.
That's what I'm
It sounded insane that he was like popping tobacco, hitting some bombs, and then going out and throwing like 6 scoreless.
Eating a glizzy in the dugout.
It's not just 6 scoreless too, where they just were like getting pop outs and stuff. 10 Ks.
Yeah. Easy.
Over half.
He just throw smoke.
Over half the outs are he's just throwing heaters past.
That's what I'm saying.
So
When he was out there for the 6th inning, and like they were waiting for something on TV or the game, he looked so bored. Like he looked like he really like he was just like wiggling out there.
Now,
I wish I had the
did
video,
have to
but
say amazing performance, but going into that game,
not a but.
Going into that game, his average was like 140. 140 in the playoffs. So he needed a going off moment. So hopefully everyone forgets about that and he, continues on his way to the World Series and forgets about all the fun things we talked about of him and his little buddy doing time right now.
We were talking about Ipe today. We were literally talking about Ipe.
That guy's probably watching from the cell, just shaking his head.
We were having a discussion.
He's like crunching the numbers. What would that parlay been?
He's
10
like,
Ks, 3 home runs.
He was wondering what Shohei would have paid last night. We were talking today. Do you think it's ever possible that Shohei like saw Ipe putting in a bet and thought like it wasn't as much as it seemed? Like he just like maybe thought it was like a lesser amount than the 40 million or whatever he said he was down. Remember? Am I off on that number, by the way?
Well, I mean, like,
well, what's Don? Please get us that number.
No, okay, yeah. Let me see.
I'm just trying to remember. I feel like it was 20 to 40.
He would use him as the fall guy because he saw him betting.
No, like I'm just saying, like I feel like Shohei like kind of knew.
Like he thought it was harmless.
He thought it was harmless. And then the number came to surface when the FBI investigation or whatever. They're like, he owes like 15 million in your name, and he's like, whoa,
so here again, he was making bets that were as big as 50 grand, but I think normally it was around 10 grand. Just so we know, 10 grand US is 1,507,355
yen.
Yeah. So if he doesn't know this exchange rate and he sees like, well,
because then we started talking like if he saw him putting in a 50,000 USD bet, but he thought it was yen. Then you could be in a whole other. You could be literally. It's like pennies because we were talking about
that's $300 American.
That's just also like ignorant to think about. I feel
but the real question at the core of it is: did Shohei know? Did Shohei know?
Shohei absolutely
have you ever
100% knew.
Yeah, have you ever been around a gambler? I mean, all they tell you about is that.
Dude, you're like, this guy is with him every day.
I can't stop talking about
Ipe was his guy. He had to see him putting in a bet.
The only guy that he speaks 100% Japanese to all the time in the U.S. Like, there's no way he didn't know.
Yeah.
It's just impossible to me.
No, Shohei knew for sure.
But
yeah, historic performance. Speaking of historic performances, over the weekend, nothing really too crazy in the college football sphere. OSU gets a blowout win. Anything else that stuck out to you?
A&M Arkansas game came down to the wire. It was pretty good. A&M went up, touchdown, 11 seconds left, I believe. Pretty back and forth, 35-32. You had Georgia Tech, who, although is ranked, was going into Duke as like a 1 point.
Yeah, that was crazy.
1 point underdog, I think, and they pulled out the dub.
Best start since like 1966 for Georgia Tech.
I mean,
so James Franklin,
Don's future for them on that conference.
Oh yeah, you have the Tech
really
future.
He was saying that's the sleeper for them to win the ACC.
They were.
That was a sleeper. We got to pull that clip for sure. Speaking of pulling that clip, so James Franklin goes on like the TV shows this week. Did you see him? He was on some network on Friday.
Yeah.
Like because he's already making the rounds, controlling the messaging. This was a great stat that someone pulled. As 20-point favorites this year, college football teams are 69-0 straight up, except for Penn State, who went 2-2. So that's just that. That just shows you why, like, you can't lose as a 20-point favorite.
When they saw that stat, they were like,
it's time to go, James. Yeah. Mr. Franklin, it's time to exit. Arch Manning. Speaking of frauds, I'm sorry, Arch Manning. Can we have a discussion?
Yeah, not great.
I don't know what discussion there is to have. I mean, I put this in our notes. I'm not sure this guy's a Power 5 QB, if not for his last name.
If it's Arch Manning's, he's definitely at like Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
No,
Manning.
more like if it's Manning or like
Manningham.
Yeah, there you go.
Where would he be drafted? Right?
I mean, it's more up the alley.
It's
Louisiana
kind of what, like,
Remember Dominic Rogers Cromartie when
Oh,
he got
yeah.
drafted just because of the Cromartie?
Oh yeah,
Well, he was a good player, but
he was a good player.
like
Where would he
drafted
go
so
right-
high,
what is he,
got
a
drafted so high.
What
Cardinals?
is he right now?
I don't know where he is. I think he's out of the league.
No. What about Manning?
Arch Manning, Texas.
No, but I mean, what is he a freshman?
Yeah, no, sophomore or junior at least. But it gets so weird with the red shirts. Like in the
Right.
red shirt, he's definitely physically been there 3 years.
So like, let's say you could say he was a junior.
Yes.
Would he be a first round pick right now?
He's
No,
entering-
absolutely
close.
not.
Not even
Not even, dude, he's not even. I don't think he's getting drafted. If it got, am I crazy?
well,
I can see
again,
the
Last name's Manning.
so here's the thing. He is a
Dude,
sophomore.
He sucks at the college level.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you see his high school clips?
yeah,
They're amazing,
yeah,
dude.
because- yeah, I mean,
Amazing.
They are.
But the
amazing.
guys who he's playing against, it's like jaw dropping. The guys who are chasing him around,
It's not-
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
It's not
the
great.
most unathletic people you've ever seen.
It's not ideal. Not ideal.
Yeah,
All right.
so he was a redshirt freshman. So this is his sophomore year.
Wow. So he's in his third.
But
though.
he's in his third year. So
So he'd be
nowadays,
eligible, right?
Remember, like when you used to, if you were in college and you were like 22, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
23.
Yes.
Then you had like your Brandon Whedons. Can you believe it? This guy's in college and he's 24. Now, someone can be in college and be like 27, 28.
Yeah.
legitimate.
Damn near.
So,
and like no one, everyone's like, oh, I mean, that's a bit strange.
Who was
but
who was the Georgia quarterback that left before this year? He like won a bunch
Stetson
of
Bennett.
Yeah, and he
he's-
never got
he's
it, and he never
26.
got a degree.
Never got it.
He
Never
didn't
got
even
it.
for 7 years, dude. Never
even
got
get
a
a
degree.
degree.
Like,
Oh, man.
and they basically force you to go to class. Like,
Yeah,
we'll make
yeah,
it a layup
yeah.
for you, like in the athletic department.
Get a
Also,
teaching
too,
degree or
you're
something.
7 years
yeah.
and never got a
You're
degree.
forgetting
Yeah.
that kicker. What school did he go to? I think it was an SEC school that was like 32. Now, granted, that was because he was in the military, but he was like a 30. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I remember
He's like a
seeing that.
32-year-old place kicker.
there's a
Like,
team right now with like a
In college.
57-year-old walk-on. I don't know. Forgot what he plays. and
Boys,
stuff,
we still
but
got a chance.
We just
Yeah.
Like good news.
We're in this, baby.
All right, speaking of
I
gotten a
might have
chance,
eligibility.
our Buffalo Sabres have more than a chance, boys and girls. Cam, how are you feeling after this past weekend? We were able to get back off the schneid. We got a big 8-goal game against the shitty Senators, but then
Right.
we dominated the Panthers, who have been struggling a little bit, but those are your 2-time champs, and we dominated them 3-0.
Well, the Sabres have never let us down, right?
Never let us down.
So apparently, I mean, we're going to be fine.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine.
I was at that game. I was at the Senators game. It was amazing. It was the best game I've seen in 10 years.
Wow,
Being in-
10 years.
Being in the
Praise.
arena. I mean,
High
being
praise,
in the
high
arena,
praise, high praise.
right? I don't know. I mean, something about this feels like, wow, really clicked. But I mean, what, 5-6 games in? What do? You start marrying these guys
There's
and
just a lot
saying
of season left. It's just
It's a
fans are
roller
just so
coaster.
excited for them. to be
they're
back.
so. I know.
The
it's
idea
so-
that they can be back, like when the Bills, were, like think about to your 2014s, your 2015s, your 2016s, your 2017s. There were like flashes in all those years up till 17, and you kept telling yourself the Bills are back.
yeah.
Like not that they were going to win a Super Bowl, but they were going to be back in a relevant situation. We might make the playoffs. I think that's just the vibe that's happening here, and it's hard to avoid.
That'd be amazing. It's like Sabres fans, Buffalo fans are like quick to dog the shit out of them, and they should be for 15 years.
deservedly so, for
But
sure.
you give them a little bit of meat, bam! Like it's like, oh my god,
right off
we're
the
we
ball.
are back.
The thing that's so back is the fan craziness.
Yes,
That's what I'll give it
yes.
right away. Like so,
Yeah,
This week
and this
is huge.
early.
this is a massive week. We got Canadians,
Canadians.
then we got
Yeah.
Red Wings, and then we
Yeah.
got a double dip with the Maple
Toronto
Leafs.
Maple
Are you
Leafs.
kidding me? A home and home with Toronto.
Jeez.
This is a
They
massive
know-
That's right.
3-0-1 on this week, and people are literally saying, "Who? Ha!"
Yeah,
Sabres
yeah,
on the
yeah,
Wolfpack.
yeah,
They
yeah,
literally
yeah.
are.
That's what you're gonna get.
It'll be going nuts.
Yep.
Huge.
By the way, this past weekend, how about Marchand and Darlene? You got
Amazing.
it.
Yeah.
amazing,
I mean,
right? Marchand is such an idiot.
He's
Dude.
such
A
a
37-year-old
scumbag, dude.
man tearing apart a piece of
Such
equipment.
a little
Yeah.
baby.
I like Marchand. I mean,
The Hunchback of Notre Dame, just like his boy Lucic back in the day.
Seriously,
Yeah.
scumbags.
Listen, the Darlene cross-check drawing a penalty, that was what Marchand always used to do. Behind the play,
Yeah.
Yeah.
ref's not looking, gets you in
Darling
trouble.
got him first.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
I love it. you know, he got big dogged. What I didn't love was NHL Twitter after being like, "Oh, Marchand's so great."
Right.
They got a penalty and they scored a goal.
Yeah.
You're like, what are we?
No,
yeah.
that wasn't a good team. There was a net where people were like, the Sabres should have gone after him. The Sabres went after him exactly how a
Also,
team in their spot should have. They scored on the power play.
Can we talk about how like overreaction Marchand had? Dude, Dahlin went for a second, like cross-check on you, missed.
Right.
Kind of embarrassed himself by falling to the ice.
Yeah.
And you felt the need to drop your gloves and go and hunch over him side to the gut? Dude, the play is still happening and you weren't even affected. You're in the slot. You're the slot that you're trying to score on, and you just gave up the opportunity for that?
Yeah.
Absolutely
and
ridiculous.
The bucket ripping is just so,
guy's a scumbag.
So weird.
And I will never not boo if he's ever.
I love that. I love entertainment value. 10 out of 10.
I agree on that. That there was no doubt.
The way it played out, it's like when Barnaby smiled when he was in that fight. It's like when
I thought we might have a fight, like a brawl on our hands.
It was
after that
great. I
happened.
mean,
I thought we might see
it
Lindy
was epic.
put a couple people over the boards
and to finally come out on top in that story. Like every game's like one story. Like it was great entertainment. I love what Marchand did. I don't care what anyone says.
We got a lot to wrap up here on Trainwreck today. Thanks for tuning in with us on this episode. Buffalo Origin Story. Cam in the house. Make sure you're following him. Make sure you're following all things Trainwreck Sports. Heard of Buffalo chat. Get going in there. We got a couple notes as we wind down this episode. First off, Slick, Bill's practice field video. Thoughts?
People weren't happy.
Cam, have you seen this?
Yeah, I saw the video. Why aren't people happy?
Because, like, there's no field. It's literally just a sideline with some field on it.
I think so.
My question is, are they building it out?
The general, what I immediately thought is this is just right outside locker room tunnel for like guys to go through the motion walkthroughs before they can get onto the field.
I agree, and I think it's also the area where future fans will be able to line up and watch them go out. So
For sure.
It's just funny that it was labeled practice field. People, you probably did double the views just because you labeled it practice field.
So I will say, anyone that wants to criticize me for this, I didn't post it right when we were going to, because I had to go back to this guy after the video. I'm not leaking my source, obviously, stadium construction worker. I had to go back and be like, is this in the facility? Is this in the stadium? And is it actually a practice field? Like, what are you guys calling this as you're building it? Is that it's in the stadium and we've been told it's a practice field.
Okay.
So for the record, I know it's only 30 yards with no end zone and there's pillars right behind it. As far as we know, that's a practice field. I would say walkthroughs, just right as you come out of the tunnel.
Walkthroughs, 2-minute warning time here on Trainwreck today. Don, Louvre, robbed. Thoughts, execution, fallout, what are you thinking?
Executed brilliantly, the entire story, you know, dressing as construction guards, the ladder. They hit all the spots. Escaping in a different vehicle, blending in like they worked there. I don't know who they're going to sell this stuff to. You know, but hey, we love it, and I want the documentary out right now.
Yeah, you guys want all these complex operations, Ocean's 11, casino style. No, these guys just rock up with some high-vis vests and a cherry picker, in and out with priceless goods. You can't write it better than that, maniac.
I did like the ladder through the. It just seems like a little simple. They went in during the office hours.
Simple.
You know what? But
no, right when they opened.
This was kind of like when someone steals home after you throw it back to the picture. They kind of lull them to sleep. Like, oh, we're open. Like no one's gonna rob us right when we open. Right. Bam! They're drilling into the Napoleon crown.
30 minutes in.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of 30 minutes in, we are just a couple days away from, or just a day away from NBA action. Rockets, Thunder, Warriors, Lakers tomorrow. So make sure you're checking out Happy Hour Hoops for that. But we got two things we want everybody to voice in on, and then we'll wrap up this episode of Trainwreck today. Blue Jays, Mariners, Game 7. Who you got? And should Mr. Brightside still be a thing at the stadium going forward? Slick, we'll go to you for both. We'll go around the horn to Cam, and we'll end with me.
I'm going to go Blue Jays. The aura on Vladdy in that post-game interview last night. Just unmatched, and you can't lose after something like that. And as far as Mr. Brightside, delete.
I like it. What do you got, Cam?
I would echo that. Blue Jays for sure. Vladdy since day one. Huge fan. Loved watching him in Buffalo. when Toronto was in Buffalo. It was like just surreal. Toronto all day long. Bright side.
Just needs. I think at the very least, it needs to go back to that. You know,
No, it's, I think you're right. I think it's over. I think it's done. Yeah,
it's over.
Chop.
So, Jover, you know what, boys? We're in complete consensus. Blue Jays bury the bright side.
Blue
Let's go. Let's
very
go.
bright side. Let's have a great Monday night. We've got Monday Night Football double dip. We've got Monday Night Raw. Also, keep a tune on here for Herd of Buffalo and Trainwreck Sports for more footage with our guy Cam. Looking forward to getting him on future episodes as well as some future content. Keep all eyes out there. Anything left to say, boys, before we get ready on the rest of this Monday?
Go Bills.
Well, listen, hope you had a great day and go in and have a good night now.